Wednesday, June 22nd, 2022. Present are
Susan Tucker.
Pat Miller.
Jim Craig, selectman for sitting in for Carlos Adams.
David Neiman.
Chuck Freiberger.
Gene Walker.
Patty Gale, staff.
Okay, first on the agenda, map 36, lot 68, Kathleen and Thomas Langlois. Application owner seeking a variance to allow for the construction of a deck and stairs that will be located within the inner 50 of the 100-foot wetlands water conservation district buffer. The property is located at 202 Elm Street, Zone Residential 1. The commission needs to discuss results of site walk on June 8, 2022, and make recommendation to ZBA for July 5th, 2022 meeting. And we had 2 people that went, and we all had a copy of the site walk. And what we do after reading this, we just,
Evelyn, do you
need
want to read it, maybe?
On June 8, 2022, a site walk of Kathleen and Thomas Langlois, property map 36, lot 68, street number 202 Elm Street, Goffstown, New Hampshire, was conducted by Susan Tucker, Carlos Adams, and Evelyn Miller. The lot is narrow with a very steep slope to the water's edge. The slope is made up of loose materials and some tree and root vegetation. It is proposed to construct a deck at the top of the slope with stairs secured at 3 points down the slope. There will be a small seasonal platform hinged and to be raised in the winter at the bottom of the stairs near the water's edge. This plan appears to be well thought out with minimal disturbance of this very steep, loose material slope. No vegetation should be removed from this slope during construction, and all precautions should be taken to maintain the slope as it is. Submitted by Evelyn Miller, 6/11/22.
okay, any other comments for that, Susan?
Nope, that says it all.
That said it all, okay. What we need is a motion on this to send
Do
it
we
on
have
to...
any other questions though, or? Okay, just, okay.
No.
Okay.
So, do we need a motion to move this on to the ZBA?
Go ahead, Susan, you so move.
You move it,
I will move it on to the CBA with our approval,
Recommendation.
recommendation
Recommendations.
of the site
proposed
plan.
plan. Winnie, second on?
I'll second it because, thank you for the report you wrote up, Evelyn. It gives me great confidence in it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Okay, that is carried.
So you'd like me to pass on, no vegetation should be removed from
No
the slope during
vegetation should be
construction,
removed.
and all precautions should be taken to maintain the slope as it is.
It really is very loose. You know, I think it's very loose material because right next to their property line, there used to be an old creek that went there. Now that they have a pipe that goes through. But, you know, whenever you have a creek and it moves from side to side and it brings down sediment and stuff and loose materials, and that's really what's been happening over many, many years. So it's not a particularly stable slope anyway.
Stable
We
slope.
do have pictures. They gave us pictures and you can see, if you'd like,
Do we need those now
past
after the motion?
the-
Okay, yep.
the
Oh, yeah.
the steepness of the slope, and it really is, it's made up of little, rocky,
Right.
sandy kind of materials, and.
So this is going to be better in the end?
Yeah,
Right, and you should give those to Patty so she can include
Yeah, I was
them
going to say then Patty can send those on
If they want to see
too.
what it looks like.
Sure.
I mean, we have
yeah, there are others here too, but I mean, that's, he did a nice job,
Okay.
Mr. Langlos.
Oh.
I'll pass them down, I'm just gonna put the clip on here.
And you'll
He
have
did a
those to
very nice
pass on to
job of taking
ZBA?
pictures for us,
Okay.
and was very cordial.
Thank
when
you
we went
and
on our
Susan
sidewalk.
for doing the site walk with Carlos and
All good.
got that all taken care of. And it was worth the site walk because we needed to have the plan explained a little bit better, and this way everybody feels comfortable with what's happening. Okay, with correction and acceptance of the minutes for May 25th, 2022.
I have a question about the minutes. And a couple of these presentations, it talks about Joe Boscheman talking. I don't remember Joe Boscheman being at the meeting. Did they mistake?
Yeah, he was.
He was
Oh, Joe
presenting,
was
I'm
here?
Yeah.
pretty sure he was here.
Joe was presenting for,
Yeah, I was
Little
here.
nap.
No, there was never anywhere in the
what was
minutes
the
where,
application?
where it said the name.
He's Falcon Heights.
Okay.
He was here as his surveyor was not.
All right. Can't believe I
He did
didn't-
2 presentations, one on Hill
Yeah, I
Street.
thought I was remembering it as the person before continuing on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's the only question for the minutes?
Yeah, that was my only question. Just wanted to verify that.
Okay. Do we have any other comments on the minutes? Okay, do we have a motion to accept the minutes? Evelyn,
Move to accept the minutes.
we have a second on that?
May 25.
Second on that? Susan? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining?
That's fine.
Oh, you weren't here, Beth.
An abstention.
Uh, Well, all we have for, we have a budget in our packet. David has nothing for open space at this time.
The only thing to report is that so this week, application to LCHIP was submitted. And
Oh.
the final application is the pre-approval step, and both agencies accepted the pre-approval and said continue on. So the final application to LCHIP going in this week. We had letters of recommendation from us, letter of recommendation from the select board. Thank you, select board. And also David Pierce wrote a couple of nice letters from
Nice.
John Stark Senior Byway Council.
Great.
So
Good.
the next full application to go in will be in August, and that will be the one that goes to ARM. So I'll come begging for another letter in probably a month.
Thank you very much, David.
Do we have any other
Great.
thing, David, for, that's pretty much it? for-
That's it, that's all the news.
Okay, does anyone else have any comments or issues or anything that should be brought up at this time? I think we just have one thing, that property is going to be tree cutting on,
Yeah, that's just went out.
that's just.
A scenic
runoff.
road tree cutting on
Tree
Merrill
cutting.
Road by Eversource, and they're gonna have the public hearing on July 14th. So as Curtis, we notify the select board, and we also notify Conservation Commission.
Actually, there was one other thing I forgot about, which was being taken care of. So there was a violation on the Shost property, Shost easement. So people went out and constructed a shooting range
Oh.
with all kinds of tables, rest of stuff on, and targets all over the place. And then they made a little campsite in a little, like a rocky island in the wetland. They brought out all kinds of pallets and made bridges out to it. They strung lights in the trees,
Oh,
brought
wow.
out tables, built a big campfire. And mind you, this is on the prime wetland that has the great blue heron rookery.
But, you know, as soon as you
And they are
said,
very, very sensitive to disturbance. So not very, I mean, the shooting range is a violation to begin with, but then having it next to the heron rookery is really insane. So the Shosts were contacted, and the Forest Society is contacted, and went out and, posted signs up and partially tore down some of the stuff, but not a big cleanup yet, because we're gonna actually have to organize a crew of volunteers to go in and haul all this junk out. And we don't wanna do that until the
Oh, yeah.
herons have fledged their nests, because again, just the cleanup could be a disturbance to them. And the nests are all full, they've all got like, at least 2 or 3 chicks in them, every one of them.
Mm.
So they're doing well this year. I
Yes,
think
Robert.
fortunately the shooting probably stopped before the eggs hatched, but,
Oh, yeah.
I think what's too bad
Do
is.
they know who did it?
We think we know who did it,
Oh.
because there's sort of a trail to trace back to one of the houses in Snook Road, so letters have been sent
Oh,
from the Forest Society.
You know, what's too bad though is that the Goffstown Gun Club is a wonderful club, and it's over close to the Ware line, I think, is that where it is? They have big property and they have it's really very safe. It's a club that, actually a lot of ex-police officers and hunters, but they do safety courses all the time and, and they have competition. But I'm just saying, why somebody has to do something like that when they could join a club that has a designated place for,
Well, they wanted their own private campground.
well,
Well, I don't know,
Yeah,
but,
it's hard to.
So later on down the road, you may be asking for volunteers, correct?
probably by the end
Yeah.
of July or in August,
Right.
we'll just have a one-day thing. Just,
Okay.
we'll have to get a pickup truck or something,
Okay,
enough
so-
people to haul the junk out.
Are there any
Clean it up,
regulations about that?
Well, it's trespassing somebody's
No,
property.
I don't mean what you're
there's all
saying,
sorts
I
of
was just saying
regulations.
like,
I can't-
if you're out shooting, does the police have some regulation that you have to be so far away from, I don't know, or,
Well, if you're building a target range on my property and I haven't given you permission, that's all the regulation you need right there.
right?
And hopefully this will be the end of it. And
Yeah.
doesn't seem to have been any more activity out there in the past month or so. So we're just keeping an eye on it.
Okay.
Nothing discourages that kind of stuff more than cleaning it up and taking it all away, so.
Thank you, David, for bringing that to us. Okay, anything else, or do we have a motion to adjourn?
so
Susan?
move.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?